Hello everyone, and welcome to the first episode of my game collecting series. I wanted to start this series to show off the best of my collection and the best from other collectors all over the internet that I could find. Every episode I'll show off a few things. It could be entirely items from my collection, or from others, or a mix of the two. The systems, games, and merchandise will vary. I have a lot planned for this series, and I hope other passionate collectors will appreciate my videos and will look forward to new episodes. I think game collecting has gained a lot of popularity in the recent years, as gamers such as myself had a lot of extra time to play and look for our favorite games from the past. Everyone has their own motivations for collecting, whether it be looking at a case and having good memories about it, being dedicated to preservation, or just appreciating the entertainment, art, history, and design of the game and its merchandise. All of these are important to me and many others, especially preservation. This is a form of media that should never be lost and be carried over to as many generations as possible, as it's been with technology and games in the past, since there will always be someone interested in them no matter how old they get. Everything these games provided for us should never be lost. Also, if you have any suggestions or contributions for something you would like to see in one of my videos, I would love to know about it. Please message me through my Discord listed below. You should also join the game collecting server as well. Since this is the introductory episode, I'm just going to show a few of the interesting collections I found while browsing the internet. The first thing I would like to feature in this series is a complete collection of the PS3 greatest hits games. The collection you see here was put together by Mosquito8991 on Reddit. It took him multiple years of research and digging to find every last game and to get his hands on them. The greatest hits games come with a red case, which I think has a unique and colorful look. I think it's very fitting for a specially designed game case like this, and his collection turned out to be really beautiful. There's many PS3 games in here I didn't even know about before. Since he managed to collect the data and find every game, we also have a full list of games that got a greatest hits release, thankfully. Out of any greatest hits editions that have been made for PlayStation, I think the red case look for the PS3 is my favorite. Greatest hits art that just put a border around the cover seems kind of lazy, and it really didn't look good for the PS2 in my opinion. I think it was decent for the PS1 though. Many people didn't like the green looks, but for the era, I think it was fitting. Next up is a very special Xbox 360 collection, and this collection contains only one game called Sneaking. This collection, put together by No Mercy Video, is simply just massive stacks of the Burger King game Sneaking. At the time of his post, he managed to get 2,706 copies. He got them from the dollar store, GameStop, Goodwills, and similar. He says he also made 3 bulk purchases. Of course, originally Burger King did sell them along with their value meals. Now, the thing with these sort of games, it's a fast food restaurant game, so you can't expect much, but it is something that gave many of us an amazing feeling of getting a video game with our favorite fast food meals. No Mercy Video took his collection just a bit further than most would though, taking a passionate liking of it to the point of possible insanity. In Sneak King, you play as the King, Burger King's mascot, and you are tasked with sneaking around and delivering Burger King meals to hungry people in need. You need to sneak, or else some NPCs will lose their appetite for unknown reasons, other than being one of the only possible game mechanics. There's a few different levels with the challenge mode or free play mode. You can get the game for like $5 or less on eBay, but I don't know if I could recommend playing it. If you want to see more of how he began collecting Sneaking and the ongoing journey, you should check out the series he started on YouTube. I'll leave a link to that in the description. Okay, what we have next is a poster collection. This is a complete set of the Bioshock Infinite Midnight Opening posters, and it's one of the only known instances where all 5 variations were found and put together at once. There were 5 cities that hosted official launches from the Irrational Games development team. They took place in Boston, New York, Toronto, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. Also, Nico Vega made a surprise appearance at the LA event. Each city had their own poster printed, and they were given away by their staff at the game stores. Any Bioshock fan can appreciate the design of these. I really like how they had a different figure for each city. All of them are beautiful and have a smooth, colorful design. I would definitely like to get my hands on at least one of them, but they are pretty rare now. Anytime one pops up, they're at least a few $100s. The seller for the full collection of 5 had them up for over $4,000 or best offer. I definitely can't come near that price, so I'll probably get some reproductions printed on my own someday. The last thing I came across is one of the best collections I've ever seen. This collection by Gravity Suit Samus has a complete color variety collection of multiple consoles, and most retro consoles in general. The NES, N64, GameCube, PlayStations, just tons. He put together a beautiful display for all of it. On another shelf, he has the games organized, with many complete in-box Game Boy game sets. Game Boy was one of my first consoles, and my very first handheld was actually a green Game Boy Color. Just seeing one of these boxes brings a lot of joy every time. Opening one of those up is one of my most memorable times in life. Anyway, there's a lot more here than what I can describe in this video. It's definitely one of the best game rooms I've ever seen. It's also always great to see a CRT. I wanted to display it all here to give you a good look. Thanks to Gravity Suit Samus for giving me permission to use his collection photos. You'll probably see them in many future videos as well, since there's just so much here. Alright, and that's everything I have to show for now, but I do have a few very important closing messages I think you should listen to. First, I'd like to talk about the state of game collecting. Prices have been up all around, and that is a side effect of everyone being at home from 2019 and on. With little to do, many players were buying up old games to replay, and with the massive surge of online sales, of course sellers and scalpers also took advantage. Prices went out of control for many games and other merch. Some sellers buy up everything so they can sell it at a higher price and have control of it all. Then there's the certified quality game scammers that charge thousands of dollars for a sealed game in a plastic box. And they're the worst of all in my opinion. Please don't ever pay a cent to them for anything. They are scammers that create an artificial price in multiple ways. These certifications don't mean anything at all in my eyes, and absolutely do not make a game worth more. Of course, if you do like rated games, then that's up to you if you really want to buy them. Game collecting is a lot about personal preference, and you can collect in any way that you like. I just think that this is one problem that especially sticks out. With that being said, I think we should all still be encouraged to collect despite all of this. Don't let it get to you. There's still many of my favorite games I can get at a reasonable price in good conditions, and I think it's starting to get better. We also always have wins at thrift stores and garage sales as well. So my advice is to have fun and keep at it. One of my recent finds was a sealed copy of the PC version of Mega Man Legends. It was only $40, and since it's one of my all-time favorite games, I had to pick it up. I thought something might have been wrong with it at first because the price was insanely low, but I had to see what I would get, and I almost couldn't believe what I received. It was a CIB copy that's in perfect condition without a scratch on it, so there are still some good sellers out there. Before I go, I'd also like to highlight my Patreon for the channel. It's been open for a while, but I never really advertised it much. The Patreon will help me with some of the equipment I want for future videos, as well as helping me find collectibles that you'll see in them. Everything I see, I try to digitally archive as best that I can, both on my channel and my own collection. Right now there are two tiers, the King and Legend tier. Both will provide a unique role in my new Discord server, and Legend tier subscribers will get a place in the credits of all future videos. I'll also occasionally release some behind the scenes clips and even some exclusive content for those in Legend tier. And that's everything I have for this episode. If you enjoy the video, please like and subscribe. I plan to continue on with this series for a long time with many new games and themes. If you have any suggestions, please post them in the comments. I'm looking forward to the next one. This is Shaztopia. Have a wonderful day.